Welcome to another edition of the CS Podcast, where you can hear interviews with special guests such as
Dale Buchanan, Tom Waddle, Pierre Desir, Brent Berry, Ed Werder,
and many others.
Too big, too strong, too fast, too good.
So be sure to subscribe and tune in to the CS Podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/ChristianRE722.
Did you not get the memo?
That's www.youtube.com/ChristianRE722 for great interviews. Be sure to check out the CS Podcast.
You are ridiculous.
Welcome back to the CS Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Shanafel, and I'm now joined by 2015 NFL Draft prospect, wide receiver out of Kentucky State, Jakar Turner. Thanks for taking some time to chat, Jakar. How's it going?
It's going good. Real good. Back at home for the break.
Absolutely. Definitely great to hear. So let's get right to it. Coming out of high school, you decided to take the JUCO route and attend Becker College. As a freshman, you put up solid numbers as you brought in 35 receptions for 550 yards and 6 touchdowns. You then tore your ACL and decided to transfer to Kentucky State, where you're at right now. How'd you come up with that decision to change schools?
When I first went down to school, I really missed my senior season for injury, so I just had to go to a school, so I ended up going to Becker College. There, I didn't start the first couple games, and my first game actually starting, I ended up breaking the record out there. I had 5 catches for like 241 and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
So I just decided that I should try to go somewhere bigger where I can get more exposure. Then I ended up going to Kansas State, walking on. I ended up tearing my ACL in workout, so that didn't work out for me. I ended up going to JUCO route, and now I'm back at Kansas. Now I went to Kentucky State.
You mentioned that you tore your ACL. I mean, I don't know. What was your reaction when you found out that news? I mean, did you know that once the injury occurred that it was torn, or were you kind of surprised?
I mean, I actually didn't even get touched. Like, I was working out, I jumped up for the ball, it came down, and it just buckled on me. I didn't think it was that serious. I thought maybe that it was just something like a meniscus or something like that. I didn't think it was that serious. I mean, the news hurt because I had just made the team, so it really hurt.
Yeah, that's tough. So then, like you said, you then decided to transfer to Kentucky State, where you had to sit out your first year due to the NCAA transfer rules. And during the 2012 and 2013 seasons, you combined for 14 receptions for about 270 yards, and you also had a lot of success on special teams as you led the conference with an average of 15 yards per return. Now, this season, you actually didn't play due to suspension. If you don't mind, can you just give us a little bit of information as to why you were suspended and what your reaction was like finding out that you'll be missing the entire season?
I actually got in trouble for some off-the-field issues, and I mean, I ended up I was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and I ended up getting a drug charge. So once I got a drug charge, they actually suspended me for the season until it was actually over. So it wasn't over until after the season, so they made me miss the whole season. I was unable to play. And I mean, it devastated me because I was due to have a big year. I was training hard at Marito Performance, and it really was devastating because I was really prepared and really ready because I never had a breakout season on offense.
Right.
And that's why I felt like I was going to have my breakout season this year.
Well, like you said, it's been a tough ride for you, Jakar. How would you describe your overall college football experience? It seems like there's been a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, it was rocky. I mean, it was real rocky, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing because it made me a better person. Mm-hmm. Like, it made me a man that I am today. As far as with football and life, like, I understand everything is not promised, everything is not granted to you. So, I mean, I think my college experience really helped me out, like going to different areas. Like, I don't mind going to anywhere to play or anywhere to. I don't mind traveling. Like, I done been to so many different states and schools. Like, it's just, I mean, I wouldn't trade it because I mean, I love the places that I did go, and I met some great people.
Chris Shanfeld talking to 2015 NFL draft prospect, wide receiver out of Kentucky State University, Jakar Turner. And Jakar, throughout your entire college football career, whether it was when you were at Becker College or Kentucky State, who would you say is the best or most impressive player you've played against?
I would say I have two. I have a quarterback that I played against at Becker College. His name was Jason Bolton. He was a real good quarterback. Like, he threw for like probably 600 yards on us. He was, and like 5 touchdowns. He was really impressive. And I would say a cornerback by Trey Wolf. He played for Fort Valley. He was pretty good. They ran man the whole time, and we gave each other all we had. Like, he respects me and I respect him, and he's a good player. He's actually playing for Washington Redskins right now.
Yeah, I believe he signed as an undrafted free agent with the Seattle Seahawks, and just recently, like you said, he did just recently sign with the Washington Redskins, so definitely a guy that has proven himself and is definitely having a lot of success nowadays, so you can't go wrong with Trey Wolf. If you had to single out one, what's the biggest or most memorable play that you've made throughout your college football career?
My biggest memorable play was, I would say, really my first college touchdown. Like, it was at Becker College. My first college touchdown was probably like I think it was like a 40-yard goal route. I ended up catching it, and I dedicated it to my mom, like, because I did everything through her. She passed away when I was 14, so I played everything for her.
Definitely sorry to hear about that. Now, Jakar, the Kentucky State University, they've had some guys that have made it to the next level, but there aren't any current former thoroughbreds that are currently in the NFL. Is there any chance that you've been able to talk to anybody that has had any type of experience at the next level, though? Have they given you any advice as to what to expect during this draft process?
Yeah, I have a couple friends that I grew up with. Frankie Hammond. He currently plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. I talked to him a lot. He gave me advice, let me know, like, just keep pushing that. Once you get in, you just gotta do what you gotta do to stay. Like, it's a hard process and it's tough, but you fight through it, you'll see the light at the end. And then I have another friend, who was Hakeem Augustus. He was actually on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad last year when they won the Super Bowl, and he was just telling me, like, just keep grinding. Like, he was like, it's the grind, and he's like, a lot of people don't make it, so he's like, you just can't give up.
You mentioned how this was going to be your breakout season. You really worked hard throughout the offseason to get ready for this past season. What do you feel is your biggest strength as a wide receiver?
My strength is, I have to say my speed, because I'm a pretty fast guy. My lowest time running was a 4.37, and like, since I tore my ACL, I've been at a 4.41, and I'm trying to break back down to the 4.3. So I would say my speed and my speed separates me from a lot of people, because if I'm running on the side of somebody, I'm open, and that's what helps me out is my speed, and I'm smart as well. Like, I can recognize the defense before the play even happens. Like, I'm something like a quarterback at receiver.
Well, hey, if you run a 4.37 or 4.41, either way, they're both crazy fast. And I almost forgot to ask you. You tore your ACL. Do you feel that affects your game at all nowadays?
Not nowadays. I would say probably for the first couple years, I was scared. I was actually scared to actually really play on it like I would if I never tore it. I mean, sometimes it gets rough, but at times it's just like, I think it's stronger than what it was. I think it's stronger now, and I got 100% confidence in it. After really working with Bomberito, they really got me stronger, really got my body back where I feel like there's nothing to stop me.
Hey, that's definitely great to hear. Now, how about a weakness, Jakar? Is there anything specific that you'll be taking some time to improve on during the off season?
Yeah, I know my weakness is strength. I know I need to get stronger. I'm not a strong receiver. I mean, I block, I do everything in the trenches. I run across the middle, but I'm not very strong, and that's why I need to improve that.
Well, let's say there's an NFL general manager listening to this very interview. Why should he want wide receiver Jakar Turner out of Kentucky State University a part of his team?
I would say because he's gonna get a very mature player. Like I'm not young like everyone else was coming out. I'm kind of old. I'm a quick learner. I listen. I also would say that he's not just getting a receiver, he's getting somebody who can return kicks for him. Mm-hmm. He's getting somebody who can do the extra stuff as well as just play receiver. Like I could help out on special teams. And I would say that he's just going to get somebody who's never going to quit. And that's how my story is. I never quit. Throughout all the triumphs and tribulations that I went through, I never quit. Regardless of the times I have been to jail before, so it's like, even after that, I never quit. And it's just like, I'm going to keep fighting because I know I deserve it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's obvious that you never quit. I mean, recently you just played in the FCS National Bowl. I think that was a great experience, and we'll definitely get to that in just a moment. But when did you realize that the NFL may not only be a dream, but it could become a reality?
I would say maybe last year sometime, like, I was just talking to a couple people, and they were just telling me, like, I really have a chance. They think that I'm really good enough to actually play at the next level. Like, sometimes I didn't doubt myself, but now I'm 100% confident that I could play at the next level.
Mm-hmm. And you've certainly been through a lot. Like you said, you never quit, though, and that definitely says a lot about you, a lot about your character, and a lot about the love of the game that you have for it. Why do you believe you deserve a shot in the National Football League?
I mean, I've been through hell and back with football, and it's because I love it. I love the game more than a lot of people who actually is in the NFL, and I know that. Like, I give up. I sacrifice so much. I sacrifice so much for the game. It's like I have no choice but to make it.
Chris Schanfeld talking to 2015 NFL Draft prospect, wide receiver out of Kentucky State, Jakar Turner, here on the CS Podcast. And Jakar, just a couple more questions for you, then I'll let you go. I really do appreciate your time. If you would compare yourself to a wide receiver currently playing in the NFL today, who do you think that would be and why?
I would say I would compare myself to two receivers. I'd say Deshaun Jackson, because I could do just the amount of things he could do. I could take the top off the defense. I could return, punt returns, do kick returns, and you could give me a screen and I can go 99 yards. And then I said my second one is recently rookie John Brown. I've been watching him lately, and he got the it factor. Like I feel like I got the it factor to make everybody be like, wow, why? Who is this kid? Like I could stand out in front of people.
Definitely two great comparisons. Two guys that has already had an impact on the game in the NFL already. I mean, you mentioned a rookie in John Brown who's having a great season. You talk about the rookie wide receivers in the NFL. You got the Odell Beckham Jr.'s, the Kelvin Benjamins, and John Brown is kind of lost in there in all that, and he's definitely putting up a great year himself. And then of course you can't go wrong with the Pro Bowl wide receiver and Deshaun Jackson. Two smaller guys, but you definitely couldn't tell by the impact they have on the game. And Jakar, last but not least, like we mentioned a few weeks ago, you participated in the FCS National Bowl. How was that experience to, finally put the pads back on and get on the football field?
Man, it was a great experience, man. Like, I'm so happy that I actually got the opportunity to play in it because, this is my first time playing in almost a year. So it was like, for me to actually get back out there, put the pads on and strap up, it was a great experience. I met a lot of great players. I had a lot of success. I felt like I was still a little rusty because I haven't been in pads. Like I only been doing stuff on air. So it's like I still felt like I was a little rusty, but I still think that I did a great job out there. I actually scored in the game. Mm-hmm. So that's a plus.
You talked about how you never quit, and it's obvious. I mean, you're now getting ready for the NFL draft, but was there ever a time where you thought that maybe you wouldn't be putting the football pads back on?
Actually, yeah. When I got in trouble, beginning of the year for the little drug case that they gave me, I really thought that it was over with. Like I thought that my football career was over with. I thought my school life was over. Like I thought everything was over, and it's like I came to a point at the time where I was doubting myself, like, is this really for me? Like, is it really what was planned for me? Mm-hmm. And then once I found out I had babies on the way, which I just recently had 2 twins. Actually on Thursday, I had my 2 twin girls, Charlie and Channing. Like, they just, once I found out I had them on the way, it was like, man, I can't give up. Like, I can't look down on myself because of a situation that happened. Like, I got to make the best out of it. And now that's what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely, and congratulations on those twins, man. That's definitely awesome. That's great to hear. And you know, it's definitely awesome to see that you were given another chance and you were able to, you know, perform at the FCS National Bowl. You were able to perform at a high level in front of many scouts, which brings me to my next question. Were you able to meet with any of the scouts out there, or do you have any idea what they might be saying about you?
I actually haven't really talked to anybody, but I talked to the Tampa Bay Storm, which is the arena team. They was giving me good feedback where they think that I'm smart, I listen, I'm coachable, and they think that I have great speed and that I don't mind going through the middle. So I think that maybe I think the NFL, man, I think that once they really get a chance to see me actually play or perform like against more and more, they're gonna see that like I'm something that they might want on their team.
Mm-hmm. Any chance you've been invited to any other All-Star games, or do you have anything else in the works?
I have the Medal of Honor Bowl game where I'm trying to get into. Mm-hmm. I'm about to sign with an agent soon, so he's trying to help me get in a couple bowl games. So just trying to working, man. And I got the regional combine that's in Miami on February 7th that I'm attending. So I'm just working, trying to get my name on there, just trying to get to the next level.
Absolutely. You definitely have a lot of opportunities ahead of you. And Jakar, it's been a hell of a journey for you. It's definitely been a pleasure speaking with you. I got to say that. I really do appreciate your time. Definitely wishing you nothing but the best throughout this process. You have anything else for us before I let you go?
No, I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate the opportunity you giving me this interview. And hopefully next time we interview, I'll be at the next level, whether it's the NFL, CFL, or arena.
Absolutely, Jakar. It definitely sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Once again, wishing you nothing but the best, and take care, all right, man?
All right, thank you. You too.